And today we have with us Dr. Buddha Chandrasekhar. If I go on and introduce Dr. Buddha, then probably the entire 1 hour will be invested in introducing him and his achievements. Right? He's such a noble gentleman. The moment I met him at AICTE, I realized that he left the high-paying job in US and he came to India to serve our country. And as part of that, Dr. Buddha is Chief Coordinating Officer in AICTE. He's CEO of Anuvadini. Anuvadini is artificial intelligence in education and skill sector by Dr. Buddha, I should say. And I was really surprised by looking at the plethora of tools that they have. You'll simply be blown away. It is Make in India, AI in India, right? I'm sure you'll have no other doubt. And Dr. Buddha also is closely associated with Education Ministry, and he closely works with Project Prime Minister's Office. Thank you so much, Dr. Buddha, and the stage is yours.
Namaste to all. Good day to everyone. As you all know that India is marching towards a technology capital of the globe, knowledge capital of the world. So in order to do that, it's very important to adopt the advanced future technologies and convert that raw information which we have into a meaningful decision making systems. So when I joined Ministry of Education, I understood that we have more than 30 crore students and more than 16 lakh faculty, and they all are producing humongous petabytes of data, but that data is not converting into a meaningful information. So that's where I focused on, and then I realized that 85% of Indian students are from non-English speaking backgrounds. So that is basically creating a lot of hurdles for them to move forward, to skill, reskill, upskill, to get better knowledge. So keeping that in mind, we decided to utilize the advanced technologies and create best of the best systems for Indian students and faculty. As you know, the National Education Policy 2020, I call it as a global education policy, because it is not only going to serve only for the Indian students and Indian industries and fraternity, it is going to serve and create the global educational resources, global industry resources, global knowledgeful resources. So keeping that in mind, as the technology is going to play a major role in this National Education Policy 2020, under the guidelines of Honorable Prime Minister ji and our Honorable Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan ji, we started working on various initiatives and understood the importance of the emerging technologies and the deep learning tools. So as you know, the artificial intelligence made a significant inroads, on the educational sector, and transforming the way we deliver the education and manage the education and customize the education for individual learners, because every student, every learner is unique in nature. The way they learn is different, their learning patterns are different. So we need to create a customizable, personalizable, and adaptable systems. So keeping that in mind, we started working on various tools. So as you know, the personalized learning will basically empower you to gain better knowledge, better skill, and imagine the kind of a simulations and digital twinnings, can give you the real hands-on personalized learning experience. And along with that, the smart content creation, because, no more the textbooks are going to be in a simple textual format. Maybe the textbook in a virtual lab formats, in a simulation formats, in a AR, VR, MVR formats, or maybe in a intelligent PDF format, or in a video format, or an interactive video format. So I think keeping all this in mind, and keeping the kind of a online and offline blending happening, we have created a lot of tools, and which is going to basically help all our student fraternity as well as faculty. And the main ultimate goal is to improve the overall capacity of research and innovation of our country, and make sure that we not only a knowledge capital and a technology capital, we will become India will become a research capital as well as innovation capital, along with the entrepreneur capital, which is nothing but a startup capital of the world. I think in order to do that, the technology plays a major role, and one of the biggest bottleneck in this entire initiative is the language. So because most of the people speak their own mother tongue in our country, and it's a beautiful vernacular languages. So how we can open this up? Like imagine a student getting a a book in English as well as on the other side in their mother language, right? So that's where we focused and created this beautiful tool called Anuvadini. So I would like to share my screen and demonstrate. Then speaking about the tool. So let me share my screen. Just for confirmation, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. And Anuvadini is a multi-model, multi-large learning model created in Ministry of which is pretty good because Indian language basically enable your left as well as right side. Wonderful Make in India tool. So first I would like to demonstrate one of the tool called Chutki. Imagine you are writing a new book or new blog or anything, so how you will utilize. Okay, so I will demonstrate the Chutki first, where you can write your own live real-time document translation. So let's say you want to write something in English and you want to translate that into Hindi. Okay, so all you have to do is just go here and start typing. Example, I will type my name. So the minute I type, you will see that got translated instantly real time, on the, in Hindi. So let's say, now you want to add a table to it. So you can simply add a table in your source. It automatically adds the table on the other side. And if you want to add a image, you can simply select an image or you can link an image from online and you can attach. So all the facilities are there in this particular this thing. So I would like to quickly demonstrate with one of the web page. Imagine you already have a content. That content, give me a minute. That content you want to paste it, from the internet or from the blog. So I'm going and taking some of the content of our Honorable Prime Minister Ji. So if you go here and you see some existing text here like this in Wikipedia. So I am just copying this along with the links which you see here. And all I do is imagine this is a placeholder which you would like to copy. So all you need to do is just copy and paste it. So you can see it on the other side. You will see that in Hindi. I'm not done anything. So it just copy replicates everything in other language instantly. So beautiful system what we have created. So imagine now you want to make this in 75%. So all you need to just click on it. It will basically translates and make it big. So it has so many facilities. Like example, if you want to rotate, you can rotate left or right, or you have all the ingredients. You want to include the description, you can add the description here. So very wonderful tool what we have created. This is called Chutki. The instant real-time document translation tool. But this is on the typing side. But you want to edit something, you can simply edit. Example, I can simply take any language. Example, I take Telugu here, and we have created our own virtual Make in India virtual keyboard. Example, I can simply write na peru. So wonderful crafted tool. All you need to just copy and paste it. Boom, you have it here. Okay, so very well versed, extraordinary tool what we have created. And let's say now I would like to take a document and translate that into any other language. Okay, so I will just demonstrate it once again. So you will go to Chutki. You will select a language. Example from English. You want to do it in Assam. Okay, so all you need to do just to copy the data you have, and if you see here, right? So the data is ready in Assam, and you can download this as a Word file or a PDF file, or you can edit it. You can make it bold. Let's say you want to make this thing, in a different color. So you can simply select the color, and it's ready. You want to make it big, you can simply select the font type, and you can make it ready. You want to make it bold or italic or super sect, or you want to add any new formulas, you can add formulas. You have everything in place. But now instead of Assam, you want this in Gujarati. So you just need to select in Gujarati, so everything is in Gujarati now. If you select it in Kannada, then everything is in Kannada. You can select it in Malayalam. So I hope you got the point, right? But now let's say you want to do some edit here. Okay. So all you need to do is just go here and either type or you can speak. So we have a wonderful wrapper we have created on top of it. It can take 45 minutes of your voice recording. So all I do is I just simply say Na per Buddha Chandrasekhar. So I speak, and if you see, it has come because I'm speaking in two pages. So all you need to do is just type here, and you have everything ready. So very simple, very easy to use tool. You can save it as a doc file, or you can save it as a PDF file, whatever you're speaking, and you can print it, you can share it. It has all kinds of facilities available here. So this is a deep learning tool what we have created. This deep learning tool, we trained this with more than 120 million documents from various ministries, various public available, libraries, dictionaries, documents. We have pulled all that together and did it. And this is for the instant creation. But what if you already have a document where the book is already available with you? So I will show you, how you can translate. So let's say the book is in English. You want to translate that into maybe to Odia. Okay, so how we will do it? So you need to select the English as a source and destination as Odia, and select the document here. So I'm just selecting a document which I have, one of the document called Make in India document. I will just demonstrate the document here first for you. So I will open the document. So it's a beautiful document written about Make in India process, and this Make in India process document. So this Make in India document, there is a centrally aligned photographs, and you have a couple of tables. You have different background than white. You have Make in India in green color, and you have centrally aligned text, and you have a beautiful image. Where it is talking about Japan investments and new companies rise rapidly in India under Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government. And there is a couple of graphs, right? So this is a 22 pages document with a lot of things. This I'm going to translate in front of. So I just selected the document here, and now I'm saying, translate this document. So now it is interacting with our Anuvadini deep learning tool which we have created, and it translates the source document like a Xerox copy, in various Indian languages. So now in this scenario, we are translating this into Odia language. So basically, it takes that and it translates in different languages. So in this scenario, it is translating from English to Odia. So you will see the beautiful document getting translated, and that document you will see one is a source document here, and this is a source document which you uploaded, and this is the destination document. If you see, right, so it's just like a Xerox copy only. So I will just zoom in so that you can read it. So this is the English document. This is the ODI document. And you may be wondering how come the Make in India is Make in India, because this is not only a translation tool, you can write rules also. So we have written a rule saying that, don't change something. So, it has a capability of not changing. Example, it's not translated the numbers if you see here, right? Because, the numbers some people don't understand in their native language. So we just kept the Roman numbers and some things, which they don't want to change. You can even write that rules on top of it. So see this wonderful crafted, it's just like what you give is what you get, but in different languages. So different Indian language when I say. And I would like to introduce the world's first image translation tool. It not only translates the image, it just sticks back to the same location. If you see these two things, right? So the image was given in English. The text on the top of the image is in English, and our tool has a capability of not only taking the image as it is, it has a capability of translating the text on top of image, and it puts it back, sticks it back to the same location. So that's the beauty of it. And now you can download this using, either you can directly download as a PDF file, or you can download as a doc file, or you can edit here itself. As I mentioned, we have these editing facilities and all, it's a free of cost. Anyone can just simply go and edit. So this is again another beautiful tool what we have. It's called online doc translation tool. So once you go to Anuvadini, so the first link is online document translation tool, where if you have a existing PDFs or docs, you can convert. At the same time, we have a capability of translating PPT files, Excels, etc. But you need to send that information to us so that we will do it. So I have just covered online document translation tool and Chutki, but I would like to go to the video translation, where you have a video and you can translate that video in
साथियों
2 minutes.
हमने देखा है
So here,
कई देश
Honorable Prime Minister ji spoke about the national internship portal which we have developed. So he delivered his thought in Hindi. So we will see how we are translated this into various Indian languages.
ऑन द जॉब लर्निंग पर विशेष बल देते हैं। बीते वर्षों में केंद्र सरकार ने अपने युवाओं को आउटसाइड द क्लासरूम एक्सपोजर देने के लिए इंटर्नशिप और अप्रेंटिसशिप को फोकस किया है। आज नेशनल इंटर्नशिप पोर्टल पर लगभग 75,000 एम्प्लॉयर्स हैं। ये इंटर्नशिप की लगभग 25 लाख रिक्वायरमेंट पोस्ट कर चुके हैं। इससे हमारे युवाओं और इंडस्ट्री दोनों को बहुत लाभ हो रहा है।
So this is what Honorable Prime Minister spoke in Hindi. So now I will put the same thing in Bengali.
বন্ধুগণ, আমরা দেখেছি যে অনেক দেশই কাজের ক্ষেত্রে শিক্ষার উপর বিশেষ জোর দেয়। বছরের পর বছর ধরে কেন্দ্রীয় সরকার
In Bengali, this is in Kannada.
ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಅನೇಕ ದೇಶಗಳು ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಕಲಿಕೆಗೆ ವಿಶೇಷ ಒತ್ತು ನೀಡುತ್ತಿರುವುದನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಹಲವು ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರವು
This is in Malayalam.
സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ, പല രാജ്യങ്ങളും തൊഴിൽ പഠനത്തിന് പ്രത്യേക ഊന്നൽ നൽകുന്നത് നാം കണ്ടു. വർഷങ്ങളായി കേന്ദ്ര സർക്കാർ ഇന്റേൺഷിപ്പുകളിലും അപ്രന്റീസ്ഷിപ്പുകളിലും ശ്രദ്ധ
And various other languages, Indian languages. So this
મિત્રો, આપણે જોયું છે કે ઘણા દેશો નોકરી પર શીખવા
translating the text and voice, it has a capability of translating the video files, and it sticks back to the same location, which is very, very important. And I would like to introduce the next one, is my favorite, called Ananta. Ananta means infinite. It is a deep learning, search engine. Basically, you can upload any video or audio or PDF or PPTs, doc files or RSS feed or a web page or any image, and you can start asking questions in your local languages. So it basically generates a summary. You can ask a question in local language. It automatically generates a question and answers for you in Bharati Bhasha. So I would like to demonstrate this. So once you go here, you will see that you can upload a file in PDF or docs or text file or a JPEG or a PPTX or MP3, a WAV file, MP4, or you can give a URL. If it enables to crawl, then it crawls the everything and it will put it. So example, there are a couple of documents here. So I would like to quickly open up a document called Easy Fried Rice. Okay, so someone uploaded a document saying that how you can create a easy fried rice. So here you see the ingredients, everything, right? So they have uploaded a document. And as I already mentioned earlier, this document is in English, but see how, example, I want this document question and answers to be generated in Telugu. So I will simply click question and answers. So it generates all the question and answers out of this English document in Telugu. So that's the beauty of it. And not only that, you can ask a question, but before that I will do a summarization. So you can quickly go to the summarization, and you can create a summary of this English document in Indian languages. So it is now creating a summary of that particular document, and you can see, this document, Surabanga Vayinchana, it basically gives all the information, and you can play, you can hear also. So in Telugu, you can hear.
ఈ డాక్యుమెంట్ సులభంగా వేయించిన రైస్ యొక్క రెసిపీ పదా
So similarly, you can do the same in various Indian languages. Like example, in Bengali, then you will have everything is in Bengali. If you want this in Assami, then you have everything is in Assami. The question and answers are in Assami. Any language of your choice. So I will just quickly go back and ask a question. Okay, so here, see, I asked one question: easy fried rice ela tayar cheyali. Okay, it gives the answer in Telugu. Okay, but even though the document, if you see here, is in English, right? So that's the power of it, and based on the answer on top of the the first question, I have asked another question. It replies back. So it is a generative AI, but similar to a chat GPT, where you can ask the contextual based question of the reply of your previous question. So that's a beautiful this thing we have. So here I can ask a question. I will just ask a question to it. Easy fried rice ela tayar chestaro cheppandi. So you can ask a question in Indian languages, and it basically takes that question, and now it basically turns that question and gives you the answer. So beautiful system what we have created here, and it has capability. Not only replies back, it has a capability. I just asked, it gave all the details, and now I can keep on asking questions. Not only that question, I can ask another question, I can ask a related question, I can ask a contextual based question. It just replies back, with all the ingredients, what we have in this. So I just asked, ela tayar cheyali. So it has given all the answer. You can simply change the question, or you can say that, based on the above question, you can ask another question. So I will just ask another question now, related question. పై ఆన్సర్ నుంచి తాజా కాయగూరలు వాడతారా? So you can ask any interrelated question, and it will basically search through, and it will give you the reply back. So beautiful, well crafted, generative AI what we have created here. So that's the way it this thing works. So you can see all those questions and answers here. I hope this is clear, right? So all you need to do is you need to just go back and upload your document. And someone uploaded a document of National Education Policy 2020, and they started asking questions, so it automatically generates the question and answers for you. So very beautiful, well crafted system, and using the advanced technologies, we are generating all these question and answers out of it, and in any Indian language. So this is again another beautiful system what we created. It's called Ananta. I request all of you to try this out. And the next one is voice-based multilingual form, because in our country, a lot of people who resides in tribal areas and villages, they are uneducated. They are doing a lot of small jobs there, like farming, agriculture, or trading, etc. So they don't know how to read and write. So how they can fill the form? So that's where we have created this solution called voice-based multilingual form. All you need to do is, based on your language, you can basically fill in the form. I will show you how you can do it. So let's say I'm a Hindi speaking user from Lucknow, and I'm an uneducated person. So how I will fill the government form? So first I will
বাংলায়
hear
চালিয়ে যেতে
the
এই
languages
বোতামটি
which
ক্লিক
I
করুন।
understand. So Bengali is not my
Click on
language.
me to
English is
continue
not
in
my
English.
language. Gujarati is not my native language.
ગુજરાતીમાં ચાલુ રાખવા માટે આ બટન
Hindi
પર
is
ક્લિક करो।
my native
हिंदी
language.
में
I
जारी
hear,
रखने के लिए
click
इस
on
बटन
this.
आपका नाम
So
क्या
when I
है?
click it, I hear that, what is my name is a question. Buddha Chandrasekhar. So if you see, immediately it picks the answer.
आपका वर्तमान पता क्या है?
New Delhi.
अपना कौशल जोड़े.
Software architect.
अपने अनुभव का उल्लेख करें.
20 साल. So I filled the form, without even knowing what was written there. I hear and I just spoke and everything is ready. And I can hear, I can edit also by clicking the small pencil icon, or I can hear, what
आपका
is what
नाम
I
क्या
filled.
है?
And once I
बुद्धा चंद्रशेखर.
think now the question is, imagine the officer sitting in somewhere else in Karnataka. He don't know what I filled in Hindi. All he needs to just simply select Kannadiga, Kannada, and everything is ready in Kannada.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರೇನು? ಬುದ್ಧ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ್.
So you want the same thing in, let's say, in English. Okay, so everything is in English.
What is your name? Buddha Chandrashek.
So if you want the same thing in Tamil, okay, so it's in Tamil.
உங்கள் தற்போதைய முகவரி என்ன? புது தில்லி.
You want to do the same in Malayalam. So this is in Malayalam. I mean, we have like Urdu, Spanish, Chinese, so all kind of languages, you have everything is ready here. So let's say I will just put it in Chinese.
你叫什么名字？佛陀前的拉舍赫。
So this is in Arabic. So we have, such kind of extraordinary capabilities where the uneducated person can simply fill the form and they can take it forward. So this is another wonderful tool called voice-based multilingual form. Then we have dictionary-based, government services. So how many government of India services, everything is in local languages. So simply
বাংলায়
you can
চালিয়ে
select
যেতে
one of
এই
the
বোতামটি ক্লিক করুন.
things. So example, I'm selecting.
Click on me to continue in English.
So you see all the government of India schemes in English format or any Indian language. You can you need to just simply select the language. Example, I'm selecting here in Telugu. So everything all for all the government of India schemes is in Telugu. So if you select in Hindi, then everything is in Hindi, and you can ask a question also. So I will just simply go to Telugu, and I see that I'm more interested on Ayushman Bharat. So I can hear what is Ayushman Bharat is all about, and I can ask a question about that.
ఆయుష్మాన్ భారత్ నేషనల్ హెల్త్ ప్రొటెక్షన్ స్కీమ్ ఏబిఎన్హెచ్పిఎస్ దేశంలోని 50 కోట్ల మందికి ఉచిత ఆరోగ్య సంరక్షణను అందించాలని లక్ష్యంగా పెట్టి.
So, but you want to know more details. So you can question, now you are doing a voice search now from here. So the information got retrieved, but you're not happy with the information. So you can see the related questions below. So you can click on one of them and and you can get more information. Example, I want to know more details about Ayushman Bharat. I will click and it generates all that information. Do you see all that information about that particular initiative? But you can ask question also. Ayushman Bharat ఏ సంవత్సరంలో ప్రారంభించారు? So I just asked a question. Now I did a voice search, and it replied back the answer. So it's a beautiful system what we have created, and you can simply click here and you can hear what it is all about, in your native language. And similarly, you can simply switch this to any language. Example, in this scenario, Hindi. You can switch everything to Hindi now, and you can hear the same thing in Hindi language. Okay, so like that, the all related questions also pops up below. I think this is a wonderful system what we have created, and very it just gives you more knowledge. So it's a knowledge repository basically about all government of India schemes. Similarly, we have a dictation tool where you can do a dictation. You can do a Bhashadan, where you can contribute a language. Example, if you know one or two languages, so you can contribute. Example, in this scenario, you can say if you know Sanskrit as well as Hindi. So you can click here. You can see one of the Sanskrit sentence, and you can simply select saying that I want to contribute to the Hindi version of it. You can select Hindi version. You can use either a virtual keyboard by typing or a voice input, and you can fill in all the information, and you can fill in your name and submit. So this is another way you can contribute back to the language. So this is called Bhashadan. So you can select any sector you are interested in, you can do it. And another wonderful thing what we created is called image 20. Is here if you have a image, I mean as I mentioned, we have created a world's first image translation tool. So here, let's say you have an image in with Honorable Prime Minister and the text in English. So you can translate that image into various other Indian languages. So like this, so there's a lot of samples we have put in. This was in Malayalam, and we translated this into various other Indian languages. So like this. So this was in Urdu actually, default language we have translated. So all you need to do is just come down and select either JPG or PNG or JPEG here. Needs to be less than 2 MB, and select it. It automatically translates everything, and it gives you a capability of editing the text also on top of it. So I will just quickly demonstrate one for you. I will just go to G20. I will try to download an image. I need to see this. I need to have a small image so that I can do tools, the size, medium. Maybe I will take some image which has some kind of a text on it. Maybe G20 code. So I can take this image, okay, or I mean, we can take any image, but let's say I take this image. I will save this image my desktop, and I will try to use that image to translate. So see the world's first image translation tool, which sticks back to the same location. Okay, so once you have this in place, you simply say open, proceed, and select. It's in English, so you want to translate into let's say to Hindi. So you can click. So now this image is getting translated online, and this is a technique what we created called image imprinting. So it basically paints the image back, but with the respective destination language. So it is taking that, and it is translating, and here you can see. 1 second, let me just move this. So here, if you see the same image, which you uploaded in English, just translated into Hindi. And not only that, you can edit anything you want. So example, if you want to edit this particular this thing, and you want to change the color to red. So do you see, now I just changed this thing to red. Or you want to add a new wrapper on top of it, test layer. So you can simply select and you can create a test layer. I just created a test layer here. You can see that in different colors. So I will just change it to white. So you can see it, right? And now instead of Arial, I want that in different font size and font face. I can simply change, everything. I mean, beautiful, well-crafted system is what we have created. So you can download any image online and instantly translate that image and put that image back, and you can even add more layers to it and simply download. So I will just simply, imagine I finished everything, and I want to download this as a PNG. So I'll just click here and translate. I will show you the translated image here. So this is a beautiful system what we have created. I just selected that layer, so it is showing. If I unselect, it will show it like a merged image. So that's a beautiful system what we created within this, one of the future as Anuvadini. So this is again another beautiful thing what we have. And along with that, I would like to showcase one more thing called speech to speech. So let's say you are speaking in Hindi, but you want that to be translated instantly into other languages. So I will demonstrate how you can do it. So now you select Hindi and you start speaking. मेरा नाम बुद्धा चंद्रशेखर, मैं दिल्ली में रहता हूँ. So you can speak up to 45 minutes like this. So first it will give you the text translation of it, so that you can confirm, what you spoke is correct, or you can simply, you can simply, reset, and you can start re-recording again. So you see here, I spoke something, and I spoke with a male voice, but I want this in a female voice in different language. Let's say I want this in Telugu. So you will simply click on Telugu and do speech to convert speech to speech. And the minute you click here,
నా పేరు బుద్ధా చంద్రశేఖర్ నేను ఢిల్లీలో ఉంటున్నాను
you can hear this in Telugu in female voice. But I want the same text or same thing in male voice in English. Okay, so I see here and just click on the convert to speech. And the minute you select,
My name is Buddha Chandrasekhar. I live in Delhi.
you can speak up to 45 minutes as I mentioned, and you can simply download this audio file, and you can append this audio file to any of the video channels like YouTube videos or any other areas where you would like to utilize. Similarly, you can download the text format also. You can share this text format with your friends. So we have a lot of other ingredients already in place. There is another thing which we are working is called speech messenger. The thought process of this speech messenger is like, to have a Indianized version of kind of a WhatsApp, where different sets of people who speak different languages, they all can come together, and one person may be speaking in Telugu, and the other person will hear the same video in Hindi because of the registered default language. So based on this language, let's say someone is from French. So they select French, and I speak in Telugu, and they hear the same video in French. And when they speak in French, then I hear the same thing in Telugu. So wonderful, initiative what we have taken and we have created. And Anuvadini has a lot of other features like, voice to text to voice, 3D audio, auto panner, bass booster, equalizer, noise reducer, pitch shifter, reverb, reversing the video, stereo panner, tempo changer, vocal, remover, volume changer, and we have splitting PDF, merging a PDF, compressing a PDF. And as you know, there's another very important thing called core engineering, because most of the engineering students now joining with computer science or electronics. But what about the core engineering like mechanical, civil, etc.? So this is where we worked, and we try to create something called core engineering aspects, where you can learn the core engineering in your own native language. So again, this is another initiative what we have created, beautiful initiative. And we have now coming up with a killer CV. Basically the student can create a beautiful CV based on the requirements of the company. So this is again another thing what we are creating very soon. But this is a core engineering thing where you can learn about civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, electronics and telecommunication engineering, for free of cost in your native Indian languages. So example for civil engineering, you can simply
বাংলায় চালিয়ে যেতে এই
you can
বোতামটি
say,
ক্লিক করুন
show me all this in
Click
any language. So it will give you the description about civil engineering, history of the civil engineering. Then you can simply select, I want to learn about structural engineering or geotechnical engineering, and all the ingredients are there. You can learn everything about structural engineering or any engineering, patterns what we have. So let's say, I have four
বাংলায় চালিয়ে যেতে এই বোতামটি ক্লিক
English. Okay, so you can see about engineering, about history, and you can learn about structural engineering, geotechnical, transportation engineering, environment engineering, water resources engineering. You name it, everything is available. And all you need to do is just simply click on it and learn more about that particular structural engineering. Within structural engineering, again, you can ask, to give me the major topics of structural engineering, or famous structural engineering research projects across the world, or research projects across India, or recent innovations in structural engineering, popular structural engineering, job opportunities across the country, and you will get all the information. Example, if I click famous structural engineering topics, you see all the topics already. Okay, so example, I'm interested on defining shear force and bending movement. That's what I'm interested to learn. So the minute you click, it goes back to Anuvadini and it basically retrieves all the answer. What is that, about that particular thing, and it will give you all related question and answers. And you can, as I already mentioned earlier, you can even ask about this particular more details about the bending movement. Example, I will simply say, uh, give me more details about the bending movement in structural engineering. So it basically goes back and it sends the information back to Anuvadini, and you can look into all this information. So we have a wonderful tools where we we are utilizing the advanced technologies and making sure that every citizen of this country will get empowered by utilizing their own native language and mother tongue, and learn and acquire more skills, acquire more knowledge, and at the same time they understand this in English as well as in their mother language, so that the employability of the student as well as the faculty as well as any citizen of this country will increase. And at the same time, as you know, a lot of knowledge material is there in foreign languages. So in Anuvadini, we have created, not only created a translation or a capabilities of translating the audio, video, and text content, Indian to Indian languages, Indian to foreign languages, and foreign language to foreign language, and foreign language to Indian language. So this is the world first tool which basically have a capability of SOV as well as SVO. So it's a large learning multi-model. So that's what I technically define it. And this, as you know, this large learning model basically takes lots of training. So we need all of your help. If you can go to Bhasha, Dan in Anuvadini, and if you can contribute to the language, that would be really great, so that we can cleanse that data and we will give it for training to our data sets, and we will try to increase the efficiency of the overall tool. I thank everyone for giving this opportunity, and let's all work together as a team India. Because I see in artificial intelligence, AI, is not as artificial intelligence. I see it as a component or a product or a framework to take our country as advanced India. So let's all work together as a team, and let us try to give more knowledge, more skills to every Indian, irrespective whether they live in a small tribal area, or they live in a village, or they live in a city. Let's all have equal opportunities. That's what our honorable Prime Minister says, "Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas." I think that's what the motto we need to carry forward, and make our country as a Vishwaguru, and as a superpower. Because we as Indians, we believe that the entire globe, every citizen in this across the globe is our family member. That's called Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So let's all work together to generate the global citizen, from our country. Thank you very much, and namaste to all. Yeah, so someone is asking what is the accuracy of the result. It is somewhere around 80 to 85%. Please keep in mind, this is a co-pilot. Okay, so it's not a pilot basically. It is helping you. Imagine someone asked you, gave you 500 pages document and said, "Can you please quickly translate and give it to me in next 1 hour?" Human, it's impossible, right? That's where Anuvadini comes into a picture. Immediately you can translate that into the destination Indian or foreign language, and immediately you can submit that raw file, and you can even edit that file also using our editing tools. So that's the beauty of this tool, and this is not only is there only in Indian language. You can even do the foreign language also. And beauty of this model is it was trained on the sentence based, not on a word to word based. That's the reason most of the existing translation tools fail, because those tools are trained on the word to word based, but Anuvadini got trained on the language, the paragraph based. So it takes the entire sentence, try to understand what it is, and it will give you, and a contextual based. So basically, let's say you are, in chat GPT, it already gave you, thrown you some text, and, it will waiting for the next available, next accurate word. So it don't understand, the existing context, it is already pushed out to the screen. So, but in Anuvadani, we are slowly moving. I'm not saying it is 100% efficient now, but we are training this model in a way that this is our Bharat GPT. This will Anuvadani will basically try to understand the entire context of the paragraph or the document which you would like to translate, and wants to take it forward and keep and slowly what we are doing is we are trying to make Sanskrit as a linked language in between. That's where we are working a lot and trying to put Sanskrit as a Indian to Indian language translation, because that improves a lot of efficiency, and the infrastructure cost will get reduced. So that's where we are working on. So having said that, the answer cut short is 80 to 85% is what we see. The accuracy is. And can we do this with any YouTube video? Yes, I mean, but as of now, you need to give it to us because we have a limited infrastructure and the tool is getting trained aggressively. So we request, if you have any YouTube video you would like to translate, you please share that link with us and we will do it for you. And very soon we are opening this up on the YouTube, where you can do a CCTV recording or a YouTube URL you can give, and it will basically translate that instantly in front of you, and it will give you the output there, so that you can download it on your desktop and you can upload it back to the YouTube. Any other questions?
Yeah, absolutely, Dr. Buddha. There are a few questions, rather comments. I would like to, with your permission, read out a few. They are saying it's a wonder that Government of India took a massive initiative. And another person says, I'm excited about the killer CV. When are we launching that?
Very soon, because
right?
the thought process of the killer CV is, maybe we will rename it, because someone said maybe killer, maybe the not right word. So the thought process here is, as Indians are best of the best in technology, science, maths, but they're not very good in representation. So imagine Google wants some professionals. So our student or Indian professional, they are creating a CV, but it is not matching to the culture of Google. So what we started doing here is, this is an extraordinary AI tool, which basically asks you a few simple questions, and the requirement from that company, you will copy and paste it or give the URL. It crawls everything, the requirement, and it basically creates you a magical CV, which will basically pass through from any ATS systems in the world. So that's a beautiful thing what we are creating, and we are giving you the templates also, where we where you can select a template. It basically fills up everything for you, and it embeds the culture of that particular company, and it embeds the skills what they required and asked for, and it embeds the kind of projects where you worked on, and it will map those project requirements with the company requirements. So that's a beautiful thing what we are coming up with, and we are doing the alpha test as of now. It may take a month or so to release it to the public for a beta version, and then maybe in 2 to 3 months, then we will try to push it to live, to so that every Indian student, faculty, and every Indian can utilize this for their improvement and for their job search, basically.
Absolutely, Dr. Buddha. And one more question is our data saved in backend? When
No, we don't save any data, because as Data Privacy Protection Act, it clearly says that without a permission you can't save any data. So that's the reason we are requesting everyone to contribute on Bhashadan, because we don't save any of the data which you translate, unlike other translation tools. Because see, that's your own personal data. Maybe someone is filing a patent, so other tools are basically picking it up and giving or selling it that information. They're doing all kind of a magic, which we don't want to do. We are very, very concerned about the privacy of the data, and privacy of every citizen of this country as well as the world. So we basically, unless until you specifically say that you please crawl and store and give this data for training to your model, we don't save. So we basically take all the data from government organizations and publicly available data sets, and we are training. Example, we requested data from various ministries, Supreme Court of India, Niti Aayog, and various government initiatives, state government initiatives, various schemes, and various public platforms where the data is available online. We have collected all that information and start training our models. So in short, we have taken care of your privacy, and we don't store any of your personal or any of the data which you are translating using this tool.
Yeah. And I think we can take one last question because Dr. Buddhaji has appointment with the Prime Minister's office. So we cannot keep asking questions there while the questions have suddenly started piling up. One question is, ChatGPT does all these various things by adding plugins. And what new innovation did we bring into Anuvadini?
Yeah, see, ChatGPT basically works on the English to other language translations, which basically we called SOV, subject, object, verb. But Indian languages are subject, verb, object. If you try to translate the same thing using any of the plugins, from within ChatGPT or any other GPT systems available, so it basically doesn't translate proper Indian languages. So our focus is more on the Indian languages. Along with Indian languages, let's say you have a content in French or German, and you are translating that into Indian language. It breaks the entire sentence. The sentence has no meaning there. So here we are trying to solve that problem. At the same time, imagine you have a content in Indian language like Gujarati or Marathi or Tamil, and you want to translate that into any foreign language. So that's where again it fails, because there is no such kind of a equivalent transformers and transponders which can does it. So we as Anuvadini, we have created this intermediary solution. It takes SOV and translates into SVO as well as SVO into SOV. And as I mentioned earlier, the efficiency is better because this model trained on the large learning data on a paragraph and sentence based, not on a word to word. That's a difference. And second thing, I completely agree. ChatGPT recently come up with a visual ChatGPT, basically visual chart, so that you can do most of the things. But at the same time, it is more good and accurate in English language. So what about our Indian languages and other foreign languages? That's where we are focusing and creating this as a global translation tool. So that's a unique thing what I see. And another beautiful thing is it gives you, the ChatGPT gives you the output only in plain text. But here imagine you have a page like this. It just replicates this entire formatting text, everything like a Xerox copy in any Indian or foreign languages. So keeping the format retained, including the animations of a PPT example, that doesn't exist in any other tools, which we have. So there are a lot of such unique capabilities we have. So I request to try it out, and the world is very big, and the requirement is very big. So some can be accommodated by ChatGPT, some can be accommodated by Anuvadini, a lot of tools, so nothing wrong in utilizing all this, but I see that we are slowly trying to take it towards more like a Indianization of these artificial intelligence technologies, and utilize the Sanskrit as a base so that it consumes less infrastructure, and at the same time it is best of the best in Indian language as well as foreign language.
Absolutely, Dr. Buddha. Rajiv. So thank you so much, Dr. Buddhaji, first of all, to spare so much amount of time. I understand how occupied and how busy you are with all the ministers calling you for different meetings, etc. And friends, Dr. Buddhaji, if you want to get more knowledge, right, from him, I will say that he is a walking encyclopedia, right? Especially when it comes to AI aspects and how to ensure that within limited money, you build an application which is suitable for the entire country. That's the key here. Pumping in huge amount of money and building applications is very easy. Ensuring that with limited resources, how do you achieve the maximum? That's the key, right? And that is what Anuvadini and Dr. Buddhaji have, achieved, I should say. And these things, please, I request you all to promote it to each and every person. Let it reach as many students as possible, because this is Make in India, right? This is what AI does, right? This is what Indian government does. This is what Education Ministry in India does, right? And this is what Anuvadini does for us. So please popularize it, ensure that it is circulated to as many people as possible. The first time when I've seen Dr. Buddhaji do this presentation, I was like blown away. So many things, so many benefits under one roof, Anuvadini, right? It should be a word which has to echo in every student's ears, that Anuvadini is our homegrown tool for students. Yeah, thank you so much, Buddhaji, once again. And it's really an honor and pleasure to have you here. And I'm sure all the audience have enjoyed, and they will make it viral. They'll spread it to all the people possible.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Last request to all our students and faculty and educational fraternities. See, this is our own tool, our Make in India tool, our Made in Bharat tool. So let us take it forward, and I request you, please share this information with every student you know. Not only a student, to your grandmother, grandfathers, everyone can utilize. They may be already written some books, or they want to write some new books. They can utilize this tool for free of cost. So I encourage all of you to please utilize this and give us Dan, the Bhasha Dan, where you can contribute the languages on a sentence format, so that we will train the model better, and let us give the gift of this Anuvadini to the entire world. Thank you very much, and namaste to all.
Thank you so much, Buddhaji. Thank you.